All right, let's dive right into a massive update for one of the planet's biggest payment systems, India's UPI. As of August 1st, 2025, the game has changed. We're going to break down exactly what that means for the billions of transactions happening every single month. First off, just to set the stage, let's talk scale. Take a look at this number, 18 billion. That's how many UPI transactions are happening every single month. It's a truly mind-boggling success story. Well, that kind of success brings its own challenges, right? Think of UPI as this huge digital superhighway. When you have billions of cars trying to use it all at once, you get traffic jams. Transactions can fail, payments get stuck, and the whole system just starts to slow down. And that right there is the core issue we're talking about, success overload. The platform has become so popular that its own incredible growth is starting to strain the system. So to fix this, the folks in charge have introduced some new rules for the road. So, how do you manage a jam-packed highway? You bring in new rules, you create new lanes. And that's exactly what the National Payments Corporation of India, the NPCI, has done. You can really see this as a big shift for UPI, moving from just pure explosive growth to a new era focused on stability and making sure everything runs smoothly. So the first big change doesn't even touch your payments. It's all about what they call background traffic. Things like checking your balance again and again. You can still do it, but now it's capped at 50 times a day on any one app. Checking which accounts you have linked, that's limited to 25. And checking if a payment went through, you get 3 tries but with a 90-second gap in between. It's all about cutting down on the system's background chatter. The whole system is also just getting smarter and way more secure. All those automatic payments, think your Netflix subscription or your electricity bill, they're now going to run during off-peak hours. This frees up the highway when it's busiest. And if one of those payments fails, the system will only try again a maximum of 3 times. On the security side of things, if a UPI ID hasn't been used for over a year, it'll be deactivated. And linking a new bank account now requires much tougher verification. So what does all this mean for you, right now? Well, the biggest payoff is speed. Before, the system could take up to 30 seconds to respond. 30! Now that time is under 10 seconds. That means your transactions are just going to feel faster and be way more reliable. And hey, the platform isn't just getting more efficient, it's getting bigger. Starting August 31st, you'll actually be able to link approved credit lines from banks directly to your UPI. That opens up a whole new world of payment options. Okay, so we've seen the new rules. Now, let's dig a little deeper into the why, the one critical problem that all of these changes were designed to solve. It all comes back to that crowded digital highway. And that problem has a name: system overload. Just imagine millions and millions of tiny requests, like all those balance checks, hitting the bank servers all at the same time. It creates a bottleneck, and that's what causes those super frustrating transaction failures and delays that can affect everyone, even if you're just trying to make one important payment. And this really gets to the core mission behind all these new rules. The NPCI's goal is crystal clear. They want to manage all that background noise to slash system overload, all so that the most important traffic, your actual payments, can get through successfully without a hitch. All right, let's bring this all home to the question that's probably on your mind. What does any of this actually mean for how you use UPI every day? First things first, and let me be perfectly clear about this, your ability to actually spend money has not changed one bit. That standard daily payment limit of 1 lakh rupees, it's exactly the same. This whole update isn't about limiting your payments, it's about making sure they work better. So for the vast majority of us, the result is pretty simple. UPI is just going to feel faster, smoother, and way more reliable. The only people who really need to think about this are what you might call power users. Folks who might be checking their balance or transaction status constantly throughout the day. If that sounds like you, just be aware of those new daily caps. So let's just quickly recap the big takeaways here. Your daily spending limit is the same. You can expect faster, more dependable transactions. The new limits are only on those background checks, not on your actual payments. And the bottom line, UPI is now a more secure and more efficient system for its hundreds of millions of users. Look, These new rules are built to handle the unbelievable amount of traffic UPI sees today. But as millions more people keep coming online in India's digital economy, it kind of leaves us with a big question to chew on. What's the digital highway of tomorrow going to need? What new rules, what new innovations will be required to keep everything moving smoothly?